Hello fellow AI art enthusiasts. My name is Thane, and in this video, we shall be reviewing the personalized style system in Midjourney. There has been some changes to it since I last took a look at it. I will be exploring some sci-fi environments as I do this, and there are 7 styles that I will share with you in this video, in addition to default style. So let's get right to it. To get started with the new Moodboard system, you should first go to the Midjourney website. It's not available via Discord. There is the Personalize option in left side menu on the page. You basically have 3 options now. The global personalization is still there as one of the options. It's the one that takes into account all of the images you have liked and ranked, and generates your style based on that. The other 2 options are the newer ones. The standard profile works basically like the global one. Except you go in fresh. Midjourney gives you images to rank at random, and all you have to do is to rank at least 40 times to get your new style. It's basically a slot machine that you can only slightly nudge to your desired direction. And the third option is to create a mood board. This gives you a bit more control over the style. You can add however many images you want to the mood board. It takes only 1 image to get started with that one. You can either upload images from your computer, add from a URL link to the image, or to add from your own gallery of previously created images. For the gallery option, you are directed to the gallery view and you should click on the images that you want to add to your style. I tried searching for some images that I wanted to include as I have so many stuff in my gallery, but the search doesn't seem to find everything. I also created a couple of mood boards where I went to the Midjourney Explore gallery and added my favorite images from there. While doing that, I noticed that it's also possible to drag and drop the images to the mood board. It worked at least from the Explore gallery. Just have 2 browser windows side by side, one with the gallery, other with the mood board, and drag images to the mood board. It doesn't seem to work from other external pages though. In that case, you are better off using the URL option. But whenever you are ready with your selections, you can use the copy code button and it will paste the code to the create field on the Midjourney page. Add your prompt in front of the --p and the long code. Or, write your prompt beforehand and add the code in later. I don't know why it's so long at first, but to get a bit more shareable code, if you create an image with your new style and you go to reuse the style code, it kind of makes it shorter at that point. I'm not sure why it's like that, but it sure makes it simpler to share these codes if they are 7 characters instead of 20. But that's basically it on how to use this feature. Let's now see it in action and let's explore some hopefully sci-fi environments while we are at it. Okay, so we are starting with Bioluminescent Civilization. The seed is the same 777 for all the prompts. You can leave that out when you prompt yourself. Aspect ratio is 9:16, because I like the images of that ratio. And version is 6.1, which is the latest version at the time of making this video. And first, we have the default style without any personalization. The second style is my current personalization global style. I think this one came closest to what I was aiming at with this prompt. The third style is a moodboard style, where I selected some images from the Explore page that I really liked. The fourth is a moodboard style, where I went to the gallery and explicitly selected some images that were really colorful and cartoon-like. The fifth is a moodboard style where I specifically went for sci-fi looking images from my own gallery. It really shows here, but the bioluminescence doesn't really come through with this one. The sixth style is a moodboard style where I specifically tried to go for fantasy images from my own gallery. It has come out that way. I get a more fantasy feel out of this. The seventh style is a moodboard style where I targeted images that looked like drawings from my own gallery. Intricate drawings. The style looks quite unique because of that, but the bioluminescence doesn't show due to lack of color. And the eighth style is a moodboard style, where I went for random images that I liked from the random and hot Explore pages. Nothing in particular, but it looks entirely different compared to the others. Now the second prompt. I went with Overgrown Hive. After prompting this, I realized it's not exactly rooted in sci-fi, but I think it produced nice-looking images. The default style is my least favorite here, and they all look basically beehives with overgrown vegetation. The third style looks the most like science fiction out of these grids. The beehive looks continue, the fifth style looks quite sci-fi, or just a really futuristic mechanical beehive. And the eighth style also has this really cool creature on the bottom right. The third prompt was Prism de Nexus. I don't know what I was expecting it to look like, but it doesn't really look like it. I think I like the fourth style the most out of this selection. And I like these grids way more. The fifth style looks quite awesome, and sci-fi-like. I also like the sixth and seventh styles a lot. The next prompt was Twilight Shard, and we ended up with basically rocks or crystal formations. There is a couple of nice looking images, especially the top right images of the second and fourth styles. Overall, again, this selection looks way better to me. The fifth style being again the coolest and most sci-fi looking, but sixth and seventh styles look nice as well. And I really like the bottom right image of the eighth style, with the hooded figure in front of the glowing shard. Now the prompt Glowing Bloom. Obviously not really sci-fi, but we get lots of flowers. All the grids have some pretty images. This time I think my least favorite is the third style. It indeed seems that this prompt doesn't evoke anything sci-fi-like. Even the fifth style doesn't really give us sci-fi. I like the sixth style the most out of these, and the seventh is a close second. I guess I like magical flowery fantasy styles. Next up is Verdant Forge. Yet another style that is not inherently sci-fi, but it has some promise. The third style has the most sci-fi elements to it, but I think I like the fourth style the most out of these. And yet again, the second page has images that I like more. The fifth style has some lovely sci-fi elements there. I really like the top left image of the sixth grid. The seventh grid looks overall very nice. Now we will look at the prompt Etherwoven Bastion. The first two grids don't really impress me. The third grid looks the best, but I think it's kind of repeating itself somewhat already. Not a fan really. Maybe the prompt is just not that strong and doesn't do what I would have expected it to do. The second page is slightly better. I like the fifth style as it's doing the sci-fi theme here. But the eighth style also has some surprising images. Now we have Phosphorescent Hub. It gives me similar vibes as Bioluminescence, but it's slightly different. Lots of plant-like or mushroom-like things that emit a glow. The second page is less glowing. Fifth style looks the best, and I really like the top left image. I guess all kinds of glowing stuff does not really come across from a style that is basically a black and white drawing, but if it had color, I am sure it would look like it's glowing. This prompt was Nightbound Rift Gate. Again, not an entirely sci-fi style, but something in between fantasy and sci-fi. There's some cool images in the second and third grids. And the second page is way more impressive. I really like the hooded figures and many of the images from all of these last four styles. Now this one should evoke sci-fi, and the prompt is Biotech Colony. Indeed, we get really futuristic vibes from basically all the styles. The fourth one slightly less, but all the others look very cool. It's also funny that all the buildings look spherical, or have very curved lines. The fifth style looks amazing as usual. The sixth style looks less sci-fi than all the rest. And I think I actually preferred the first page more this time overall. But let's not dwell on that as we move to the prompt Vapor-Filled Citadel. There's a few cool images here, but overall more fantasy than sci-fi. The fifth style, which was based on sci-fi images, does give this one a really cool sci-fi spin. But I do like the top right images of the sixth and eighth styles too. This prompt is Lumicore Array. It's not something that I would straight up say what it should look like. It sounds like science fiction and it has some luminescence. But it looks overall pretty abstract. Again, I prefer the second page more. The fifth style has some cool looking sci-fi, but the sixth style has some really weird glowing things on the left side of the grid. Now the prompt Chromatic Outpost. There is way more color in basically all of the images, but nothing looks very sci-fi like to me. But the prompt itself doesn't really scream sci-fi, so I guess this result is to be expected. I guess I don't really like this prompt overall. Yes, there are a few nice-looking images, but I can't say that it's mind-blowing. It seems like it's a prompt that Midjourney struggles to imagine the same way I would expect it to look. This is inherently actually quite a simple prompt. Shadowed sphere. I guess you could say I am reminiscing the experiments from 2 years ago where one of my regular prompts was just sphere. And surprisingly, this simple geometric object has produced some really cool-looking images. The default style is kind of boring, but all the others have some amazing stuff there. Whether you apply a sci-fi coating or a fantasy one, these look pretty cool and futuristic. We've got some really nice ones here, at least in my opinion. And I would not have predicted this in particular to fit so well in the context of science fiction. Now we have Radiant Shard. Not my favorite. It's an object prompt basically, but it just lacks some of the coolness that the spheres had. I guess the fifth style makes everything look quite cool. The others are nice, but maybe a bit boring. Maybe I should have tried something else instead of this. And the final prompt is Overgrown Rift. Entirely different from the Overgrown Hive prompt actually. Kind of sci-fi or alien looking in some of the style contexts. I guess I expected something cooler out of this. These look nice, but nothing really stands out to me from these. Let me know what you think. So, before we looked at the styles side by side in the context of a prompt to show how the prompts differ. But I thought I'd add this look here as well. This page shows all of the prompts, but in the default style. These are the same images we just took a look at, so I didn't add the prompts here again, but they should be in the order that they appeared in the previous segments. Overall, I guess I don't really like the look of the default style for these prompts after exploring so many sref style codes last year. It's just so cluttered and not that amazing. My own personal style seems to prefer blue, purple, pink, red and green glowing colors. It's changed just a little bit since the last video I made about the personalization feature, but not too much. This was the moodboard style out of the top Explore page images. It looks nice at times, but you can see that it's repeating some of the structures a lot here. Not sure why. It has a slight science fiction theme to it, and it has less color and more white, but it has some accents of stronger color. The cartoon style looks overall neon pink, with very strong colors. Not very sci-fi, it's leaning more towards fantasy. This was the fifth style out of science fiction images. It does look like science fiction. It has kind of muted colors and a haziness to it, but compared to all the other styles, this looked the most fitting for prompts that were all about sci-fi. So a tip: if you want a particular thematic to your style, select images that also portray the topic and it should work better. This was more fantasy themed and it shows. There's hardly any science fiction here. It's colorful, but the colors are not that strong and vivid. There's kind of a lot going on in these images, but I prefer it to the default style any time. And this was the style where the mood board consisted of images that looked like drawings. It's got a unique drawing style that I do like a lot. More fantasy inspired, I guess. And you can see some splashes of color here and there, but overall, it looks pretty monochrome. The last style had its moments, especially with the hooded figures. It's kind of glowing all the time. And that's it for this video. I did promise to look at this feature at some point, and now I did. I am not sure if I like exploring styles with the personalization as much as I like sref styles. But I thought I would take a small break from exploring them, because there's so much else out there to try out. Creating these styles was kind of tedious. I like that the sref style numbers are just there and they're ready. But with the personalization, you kind of have an extra step of providing the source material you want your images to look like. I guess it can be more targeted. But if you just select random stuff, the end result is basically the same. You get a random looking style that you don't necessarily expect or like. Let me know what your opinion of the moodboard system is. Do you like it more, and do you use it more for your purposes? And do you like to combine it with sref? I guess it's somewhat similar to using URLs as sref, except you can create a permanent style to use. Also, do let me know what you thought of the styles we explored in this video. Did you like them and which ones were your favorites? Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, click the notification bell and come join my Patreon to support this channel. Let's continue prompting.